What is up, everybody? How are you guys doing today? Hopefully it is good. On today's video review, we are going to be talking about the brand new Halloween 2018 or 2018. Not quite sure how we're going to say this because this is the third Halloween title. Yeah.
Hello, Michael.
Halloween tells the story of Laurie Strode comes to her final confrontation with Michael Myers, not her brother, the masked figure who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree on Halloween night. Now, Halloween is directed by David Gordon Green, who's not really known for doing sort of horror movies. He's known for doing mostly kind of drama stuff, so it's kind of interesting they picked him for this type of movie. John Carpenter is back on board as an executive producer, as well as him and his son Cody do a lot of the music that you hear throughout the movie. It's also written by Danny McBride, and that is where a lot of the comedy aspects come into this movie. I know that's a little weird to say in a Halloween movie. No, it really is weird. I'm not going to sugarcoat that, but it's a little weird. So what is good about Halloween 2018? I have to say Jamie Lee Curtis, bravo, bravo, bravo. She kills the role. Much like you haven't seen her in the other films, even though she's been in H2O and Resurrection, her performance in this movie steals the show.
Michael Myers murdered 5 people. And he's a human being, we need to understand.
Throughout the movie, we get to see Jamie Lee Curtis go through certain stages. So in the beginning, she's very fearful and she's very cut off and paranoid. Then we get to see her kind of shift into this sort of mode around her family, and she's trying to kind of recuperate what she can out of that.
If the way I raised your mother means that she hates me, but that she's prepared for the horrors of this world, then I can live with that.
And then we get to see her be kind of vengeful. We get to see her be kind of vulnerable. We get to see her be fearless in a way. Also, Officer Hawkins, I think, is a really, really great role. And there's a lot of little details in his performance that really ties to a bigger story for his character. And I wish we kind of got that explained a little more. Michael Myers, whoo boy, he might be old, but Michael Myers will f you up. Let's skip all the old jokes. Old man Myers, oh, he's walking with a cane. No, he's gonna take the cane and bash your head in. I mean, Michael Myers is a beast in this movie, and it shows that he has been waiting for decades to kill people. And it shows throughout his killings, whether they're on screen or they are off screen. You can really feel the brutality in his killings. And a cinematography for one scene, and obviously if you've seen the trailer, you've seen the scene where they are tracking Myers through one entire shot. What I was hearing, that it took them 11 shots to get this right, and it basically follows Myers through these neighborhoods as he's killing people, from that house to another house and into a garage, and grabbing knives and hammers, and it is beautiful. It's one of the best shots, I think, in the entire movie, which kind of harpens a lot of the other shots in the movie, and it makes you wish they would have taken more bolder steps of doing stuff like that. John Carpenter's music obviously is great. It fits the mood. It's heavy. It's familiar, but it's different in ways. And there's plenty of fan service, and I'm going to say that's a little bit good and a little bit bad. I think when we see certain things like the trick-or-treaters, that's really cool. Homages to a little bit of the stuff that happens in the first movie. Cool, it's like an Easter egg. If you noticed it, It's cool if you didn't, or if you didn't really know what that was. It wouldn't harper your view on the movie. Now let's get to what is bad about Halloween 2018. Now, while Jamie Lee Curtis is a standout role and she brings a lot to this movie, they spend a majority of the time between Allison, who's the granddaughter, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Do you notice I'm missing someone? Karen, who is Laurie Strode's daughter in the movie, we don't get a lot of her character. I mean, she's in there, but she's sort of in the background of a lot of shots.
Michael's here. Get downstairs.
There are a lot of things in this movie that don't make sense. Essentially, what they were doing was writing sections to just get us to the next point.
The bus crashed.
Michael Myers escaped.
He'll return to Haddonfield.
The fan service, I really don't understand. And maybe this is me nitpicking. I know a lot of people are going to say I'm nitpicking. But if they're going to say and boldly state they are disregarding all of the films, this is a direct sequel to the first one, why are they redoing scenes throughout all of the movies? I don't understand, because we don't really need those in there. I mean, maybe that's just me. I know a lot of people, I guess, enjoyed seeing those, or being like,
oh, that's from Halloween 4, that's from Halloween 6.
But if you saw the trailer, you saw pretty much like 85% of the movie. And I'll probably make a future video about that. And I think that harpened the viewing experience of this movie, because you already knew what was coming. You knew pretty much most of that. You knew what the mask looked like, when he got the mask, when he killed certain people, and how he killed them. And I was reading, the first cut of this movie was over 2 hours long, I think 2 hours and 15 minutes. It seemed like they cut out a lot to kind of keep the train moving, but they forgot that a lot of this stuff needs to be in here to explain certain motives, or to set up certain things, or to just give us more depth to certain characters. It felt like that was a constant problem throughout this movie, and it's not hard to try to outdo some of the ones that we've had before. I mean, look at Resurrection.
Telling you to be Michael Myers, I'm playing Michael Myers.
Yeah, it's not hard to try to do better than that. It's a decent movie, but it does have some glaring problems. And I think the general audience is going to love it. I think Halloween fans are just going to bypass a lot of those problems. They're just going to just not even think about those, and they're going to love it as well. Me, when I walked away from it, I thought this was okay. Killings were good. Certain scenes I wanted more of. I wanted more pacing. Some of the jokes were a little bit too out there for a Halloween movie in my taste. But if I had to give it a score, I'm going to give Halloween 2008 a 7 out of 10. I think it's fair. That is it for the review. What did you guys think? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section, as well as leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, catch us on Facebook. We have a page now, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Adios. Good night.